Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another week here. We'd like to dedicate the shir to Rabbi Friedman. What's the name? Rabbi Friedman's father, Aryeh ben Yeshua Nachum. His neshama should have an aliyah on his yahrzeit. He should be a melz yosher for his family, for all of us, and all of Klal Yisrael. We also dedicated by the Fisher family, Lili Nishmas Basi Bas Rabbi Shalom ben Avram Alevi, Perel Bas Ruvain. Also, Lili Nishmas David ben Chaim, Lefur Shalem, Rafel Yomis ben Chai Sarah, Yaakov ben Bas Yaleah, for the schus of Avram Yom ben Ishmael Malk Yehudis, for by Yoel Klugman and family, Rafur Shalem for Moshe Meir ben Esther Fadel, Rivka Bas Shira Leah, Devar Bas Shoshabina, and Meir ben Chai Sarah. My shver also, he hurt his back a little bit. He's feeling better today. But Avigdor Aryeh ben Rivka should have a refuah shalema b'seich she'achel Yisrael. Also, before I start the Mishna Yomis, Baruch Gold, who was here on Shabbos, was ma'orer very rightfully that Nachman Chapler is pretty much a prisoner in his home, and he would appreciate guests and phone calls if you can't visit. But I mean, Nachman is a pleasure to.
What's his address again? I'm sorry.
You'll have to look it up on the sheet. I don't know it by heart. Anybody know his address by heart? No. Anyway, it's everybody has a sheet. You look it up, and you know, when you go, he'll end up asking you how you are and make you feel good. So that's just the nature of who he is. But he is really restricted to his home. It's hard for him to move around at all. And we see him all the time because he's on every Zoom, every daf, every chak, every chumashir, every for the Shabbos table. He's on everything. But it's a nice thing to visit him. We are holding here in the second parak of Idiyos, in Mishna Ches and Tes. So Shloisha Dvarim Amar Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva said three things. Al Shnayim Haidulai. Two of the three they agreed with him. Val Echad Loi Haidulai. And on one of the things they didn't agree with him. Al Sandal Shel Sayodim. This was a shoe worn, a special protective shoe worn by people who worked with lime. And it was that the lime shouldn't burn their foot. Shu Tamei Medras. Even though it was worn as protection, but afterwards they walked home with it. And since afterwards they walked home with it, he leaned on it was made to lean on, to walk on, and therefore it's susceptible to the tumah of Medras, of a Zav, of a Zava, of a Nida. Val Sharei Tana. And if a oven was broken, it's a truncated oven, it's still mekabel tuma if it's arba, if it's 4 tvachim high. It has to be at least 4 tvachim high. Shahayo aimrim shleisha. They used to say it was enough, it was 3 tvachim high, but they said that it has to be 4 tvachim high. And this, v'haidolai, and they agreed with him. However, val echad loy haidolai, with one teaching they didn't agree with him. Al Kisei, here there was a chair that was, its frame was a box. And on top of the box was boards that you sat on. Shenitlu shnayim mechifuyav zebetzadzeh, that 2 out of the 3 boards that formed the seat were missing. Rabbi Kiva Matami. Rabbi Kiva says, no, even if you can't sit on it, but it's still a box. So you could still put pomegranates in it. The Chacham say, since its main purpose, which is a seat, is now, it's not functional, so it's not considered a keli, and therefore it's not mekabel tumah. Hu Yomer, Rabbi Kiva used to say, Ha'ov Zaycha Laben, a father passes to his son, Benoi, if the father is handsome, he passes that to the son. Ubekayach, strength, physical prowess. Ubaisher, wealth, PhD, Papa has dough. Ubechachma, intellect. ubishanim, and longevity. Ubimispra adoras lefanav. Sometimes it doesn't go right away to the son. It goes to a grandson, to a great-grandson, but it depends on generations, v'huakates, and that's the determined point. It depends on generations, not on years. It's not in 50 years. It's in how many generations. Shenemar koirei hadoros meirosh. The Rabbeinu Shalom appoints the generations from before. Afal pi shenemar, because even though it says v'avodim v'inu some arba mea shana, even though it says that we will be enslaved and afflicted for 400 years, at the end it wasn't 200, it was only 210 years. But what was accurate is v'nema v'dor revi yoshuvu heina. The fourth generation will return to Eretz Yisrael. So Kahas was a member of the those that came into Mitzrayim, the Shivim Nefesh, and you had Kahas, Amram, Moshe, and Moshe's children entered into Eretz Yisrael. So the Dor Revi, the fourth generation, Yoshuvu Heina. I want to say that tonight we continue our learning of Chelek. Tonight, anyone that has a question about the idea of how important learning is to the power to defeat the enemy that's attacking Eretz Yisrael has to learn tonight's daf. According to the simple meaning of the Gemara, the simple meaning, Sancherev came against Klal Yisrael with 8,600,000,000 people. Now, although the Maral and the Ben Yoyada say that it's not literal, but one thing is literal, that they had, Sancherev had 185,000 leaders of battalions. So you just give you an idea of the enormous amount of people. And Chizkiah didn't have an army. But it says, V'chuval oil mipnei shaman, that the yoke of Sancherev was gotten rid of because the oil of the Torah of Chizkiah. The koyach of Klal Yisrael is through the learning. It's so clear in this Gemara. It's a Gemara that I wish they could pipe into the mainstream of Eretz Yisrael to hear what is our tradition, what is our belief of the koyach of Klal Yisrael. It's so, if it could be understood, it would give people a different idea of what it means that people are learning, how they're helping for the security of the land. Anyway, that's at 8 o'clock tonight, and we'd love to have you, or you could listen if you have a very long drive through traffic to get here. I know some people, some people on, Fairways Boulevard, it could be very, very gridlock. So you could listen from Zoom. Go to zoom.com and put in meeting code RMMW, all in capitals. But if you could come down here, we'd love to have you. Rabbi Avram, it's always good to see you. David, you know what I mean? B'chanani ben Akasha, Amaratza Kadosh Baruch Hu, L'zakei says Yisrael, L'fiku cher v'lem terah mitzvah, shenem adinai chafetz l'man tzidkei, yadil terah b'yadeh.